of years, the city of Santa Clarita has opposed the Cemex Corporation's plans to open a sand and gravel mine in Soledad Canyon. If elected, what kind of action will you take concerning Cemex's plans to mine? And we're going to start with Mr. Knight.
Well, very interesting. This is a good question. First thing, I like that. When my wife and I got married 22 years ago, we did the same thing. And somebody behind us ran over our mattress, and we slept on a mattress with tile marks for about 5 years because we were so poor. Cemex is obviously one of the biggest issues that is affecting this valley right now. I've had extensive conversations with just about everyone involved up here, from the congressman on down. We understand the problem very well. This is something that could affect the traffic, could affect everything that we do up here in Santa Clarita, affect both valleys going back and forth. This is something that I have said I have opposed. We have worked with this, but this has been going on for about 10, 11 years now. And so we might have to take a more proactive stance on this. And I hope that this question would come up. I thought that this was a very valuable question, especially for us three and even the doctor here. But I would like to understand that everyone up here should be opposing this and should work toward that in whatever capacity they get elected.
Thank you. Mr. Headington.
I'm not going to say anything too different from what Steve said. I mean, I know to date no shovel of dirt, I guess, has been shoveled, if that's the right verb to use. But at the same time, this really affects our quality of life in terms of our economic activity with filming, in terms of the air quality and the air particulates in churches and local schools and all of those things. So I'm on the record as opposing, but I would like to find some constructive solutions to the matter. I'd like to be someone who would work with either Star or Steve or Todd Zank and Fran Pavley in conjunction with Leader Buck on this issue, because it's a mega mine, and that's something that we want to make sure that does not start, and that we are diligent in making sure that our elected leadership know that. So, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Marvin.
I need to take you back to May 24th. And May 24th of this year, I learned about the Cemex issue. And I was invited to the Santa Clarita City Council. And there was discussion in regards to the Cemex issue. I had planned to also speak, but unfortunately I got there late and I could not speak. But it allowed me to sit back and listen to other individuals that were speaking on that issue. I do oppose the Cemex issue, just so you know. One of the things that I did after I came back from that meeting, because I was so moved as to what the Cemex mega mining project is projected to do. It's projected to mine for 100 years. I did my research as a paralegal. That's what I'm trained to do. Working in the law office, you research matters. So the other issue I looked at was I found that Cemex has already been approved for dynamite blasting permits. And I thought to myself, my God, how could this be happening? And then there was a key person that came into my life, and they educated me on a comparison mining project that happened in Pensacola, Florida. In Pensacola, Florida, they had a mining project, and it took that state, I think it was approximately 25 years before they found the effects of what that mining project was doing to children. Children that were playing in dirt, and this dirt was contaminated. And children who, they were losing their hair, they were coming down with cancer, breathing problems. And I say to myself, how in the world with this Cemex project, how could this be happening in Santa Clarita? This is going to have an impact on Lancaster and Palmdale as well. So let me tell you what I did. I did something unique than any other person. I requested the federal government to intervene on this Cemex issue. I actually wrote an environmental justice complaint. I took the initiative. I'm not in office yet. But when I see something that's getting ready to impact my communities that I will be representing, I'm always going to take the forefront. Because, as a legislator, I think sometimes we forget. We work for the people. We work for legislating advocacy for the people. And so, again, as your next state legislative advocate, I will continue to oppose the CMAX issue. I'm waiting on the federal government, their answer in regards to my Title VI complaint, environmental justice complaint. If any of you want a copy of it, you can email me at starmoffett.com. You can also text me or call me on my cell phone, and I'll get that copy of the complaint to you. But here's a mega mining project where the freeways are going to be impacted, 1,200 to 1,500 trucks per day. Not only that's going to affect our environment, our water tables are going to be infected. Each and every one of you, you need to write your legislators tonight, tomorrow. You oppose the mining project. Thank you.
Thank you. And Dr. Rogers.
I tend to know a little bit about this issue. And that's the joke I'll make about it, because it's really no joke. I was out there a couple of weekends ago with Andy Freed, who's over here in the green shirt from SAFE. Andy took me on a tour of the site. And, the first thing I recall, I noticed when I was there, was how windy it was. We're walking up to get there, and it was really, really windy. The dust was blowing around. There's some small brush on the ground, and it's really blowing. And Andy told me a lot about what's going to happen over there. There's going to be blasting multiple times weekly, and that blasting is going to kick up all of this dust and particulate matter, and it's going to blow. And depending on which way the wind is blowing, it'll either blow in this bowl of a valley, or it's going to blow somewhere else. And there's a lot of problems. Not only the health problems from the dust blowing around, but this is going to put 1,200 trucks a day on Highway 14, big rock trucks. Antelope Valley has the longest average commute out of any similar sized city in the United States. 41 and a half minutes. People are often surprised that it's only 41 and a half minutes, but their longest average commute is anywhere in the country for the similar sized community. They also are the largest community with no interstate or U.S. highway that goes through it. This is a state road that's relying upon state funds to repair this road, and you're going to put 1,200 rock trucks a day on it. There's only one person that can do something about that mine, and that person's not here tonight. His name's Buck McKeon. It's a federal issue. It's on federal property. It requires federal intervention to cancel the contract. The only people that can cancel a federal contract is the U.S. Congress. And Buck McKeon has sat on his hands long enough. I promise to introduce the bill. I promise I'll introduce this bill immediately upon getting into Congress. Senator Barbara Boxer has a bill in right now. This bill would stop the mine. McKeon won't introduce the companion bill in the House. And if you look at his history, he's had years to work on this issue. The city of Santa Clarita spent $10 million trying to fight this legally, and finally the federal court said, look, only Congress can stop it. That's what the federal court said. So Buck has had years to work on this. In 2006 and 2008, the legislative sessions of 04 and 06, he had a Republican majority in the House, Republican majority in the Senate, a Republican president, and this self-imposed ban on earmarks. No action. He didn't do anything about it. And now he's out there saying I oppose it, that he opposes it, but there's been no action. I'll give you action.